The Hofkriegsrat was the court war council of the Habsburg Monarchy, founded in 1556 in the reign of Emperor Ferdinand I. It was a council of generals and senior civil servants who controlled army appointments, the finances of warfare, and the deployment of forces. It also handled civil and military administration of the border region of Croatia. With the establishment of an imperial standing army in the 17th century, the Hofkriegsrat was the bureaucracy charged with managing the permanent military force. It served as the central military administrative agency and a military chancellery, provided a staff for the emperor, and directed and coordinated field armies. Additionally, it conducted relations with the Ottoman Empire and administered the military frontier. Joseph II centralized the body and gave it authority over all branches of the military. When the reforming Archduke Charles became president of the Hofkriegsrat, he divided it into 3 departments, dealing with military, judicial, and administrative matters. Following the Napoleonic Wars, the Hofkriegsrat, as one of 4 components of the governing State Council, continued to exert control over the military, subject of course to the will of the Emperor of Austria. However, its bureaucracy was cumbersome and decisions were often arrived at only after much argument and circulation of papers. While the presidents were always officers, section heads were frequently civilians and there was often tension between them. The military men resented interference by what Radetzky would later call a civilian despotism. An additional problem was presented in the fact that in a time when the general staff was growing in importance in other countries, in Austria it remained only a subordinate section of the Hofkriegsrat. Amidst the growing nationalist troubles leading up to the 1848 revolutions, the Hofkriegsrat investigated the reliability of units with suspect loyalties. In 1833 it ruled that all soldiers in the imperial army belonging to Mazzini's Italian nationalist Young Italy movement were guilty of high treason, and were to be court-martialed. In the 1840s it investigated even the traditionally loyal South Slav Grenza but determined that they would likely act as ordered, especially if in action against the Hungarians. In 1848 the Hofkriegsrat became part of the Ministry of War. Presidents: Ritter Ehrenreich von Königsberg 1556–1560. Gebhard Freiherr von Welser 1560–1566. Georg Teufel Freiherr von Guntersdorf 1566–1578. Wilhelm Freiherr von Hofkirchen 1578–1584. David Ungnad Freiherr von Weissenwolf 1584–1599. Melchior Freiherr von Rieden 1599–1600. Count Karl Ludwig Seils 1600–1610. Hans Freiherr von Mollard 1610–1619. Johann Caspar von Stadion 1619–1624. Ramboldo, Count of Calalto 1624–1630. Hans Christoph Freiherr von Lobel 1630–1632. Count Heinrich Schlick 1649–1665. Wenzel Fürst Lockwitz, Duke of Sagan's 1649–1665. Annibal, Prince Gonzaga 1665–1668. Raimondo Montecuccoli 1668–1681. Hermann of Baden-Baden 1681–1691. Ernst Rudiger von Starhemberg 1692–1701. Heinrich, Count Mansfeld, Prince of Fondi 1701–1703. Prince Eugene of Savoy 1703–1736. Dominic von Königsegg-Rothenfels 1736–1738. Johann Philipp von Harrach 1738–1761. Count Leopold Joseph von Dorn 1762–1766, Count Franz Moritz von Lacy 1766–1774, Count Andreas Haddock von Futeyck 1774–1790, Count Michael Joseph Wallace 1791–1796, Friedrich Moritz, Count Nostitz-Rieneck 1796, Count Ferdinand Tige 1796–1801, Archduke Charles, Duke of Teschen 1801–1809, Count Heinrich von Bellegarde 1809–1813, Karl Philipp Prince of Schwarzenberg 1814–1820, Count Heinrich von Bellegarde 1820–1825, Friedrich Franz Xaver Prince of Hohenzollern-Hechingen 1825–1830, Count Ignaz Gyulai 1830–1831, Count Johann Maria Philipp Fremont 1831, Ignaz Graf Hardegg 1831–1848, Count Karl Ludwig von Fickelmont 1848. In fiction, in Tolstoy's War and Peace, a retired Russian officer, Prince Nikolai Andreevich Bolkonsky, calls it the Hofkriegsrat, mocking it by adding the well-known German words Wurst and Schnaps. And that's for all the world like the old Austrian Hofkriegsrat, as far as I can judge of military matters. That is, on paper, they'd beaten Napoleon and taken him prisoner, and there in the study they worked it all out in the cleverest fashion. But look you, General Mack surrendered with all his army. Porfiry Petrovich. Bibliography